All right, so here we go. April 27th, this was released. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition update. And this is a patch and DLC civs. So we have 3 new civs, of course. We reviewed this before. 23 new achievements, campaigns. That's great. Huge list of fixes based on your feedback. All right, so let's take a look. New rewards. This guy looks pensive. Okay. Oh. I don't usually like icons. I don't usually like the really complicated icons they come out with. But a camel wearing a helmet with little ear holes. I mean, Jar Jar Binks. It actually does look like Jar Jar, doesn't it? It actually does look like Jar Jar. Holy. This one's not good. This guy just looks too moody. Definitely moody. Darth Jar. Yeah, this is Darth Jar. For sure. Okay, so achievements, you guys can look at those later. Event FAQ, we don't need to look at this. All right, here we go. Stability and performance. Improved performance of pathfinding code. Okay, this is... It just seems like this is in every single patch, and hopefully it just gets better over time. Fix the crash that could occur when adjusting the number of players in an existing custom scenario and then attempting to host it. Interesting. Quick play stuff, don't need to look at that. Fix the very rare crash that could happen when tasking villagers to livestock in a specific manner. Okay. Fix the crash that could occur due to custom AI scripts. Fix the very rare crash on startup of the game. Exiting the game now consistently shuts it down as expected. Resolved an issue where the replays of Nomad map games would go out of sync after a few seconds. I remember this. Yeah, that's good. Okay, graphics. Trebuchet projectile impact graphics now properly appear after chemistry was researched. Building previews are now properly rendered on top of trees and tree shadows. Garrison cursor and tooltip now appear correctly in all cases where garrisoning is possible. The cursor now adjusts as expected when using the unload function of a transport ship and hover the cursor over land. Cursor now adjusts as expected when using the unload function. Okay, we'll have to test that out to see how that looks. Adjusted how cursors are shown for objects which cannot be converted, including hero units. Interesting. So does it have like a little X over that? We'll have to check that out. We'll have to check that out. I think roll the dice is going to be the perfect area to check that out. Because hero units usually glow, and I usually know not to try and convert them, but if there, a lot of people who are new to the game don't know that, right? So we'll see. Cursor no longer turns into a sword when hovering over enemy objects during treaty, while having units with the ability to attack selected. That is so specific, but whatever. What do you do you, devs. You do you. Game no longer has both defeat and endgame dialogue appear at the same time in a specific situation, causing buildings to render darker than expected. Right. Okay. Audio. Accessibility. Joan of Arc no longer has camel rider death sound when killed. Hey, okay. Apparently that was an issue. All right, who figured that one out? Is the patch in DLC live? It is live, yep. We are April 28th and it is live. UI, contrast improvements at civilization names in the tech tree preview. Okay, slightly extended the report clan button box. I'm sure there were a bunch of people triggered by that if the text overlapped the box. Corrected a typo that resulted in the no button text being set twice on confirmation prompt for loading a replay from a different... Oh. My head is gonna explode. Removed unexpected green square from co-op campaign lobby UI. The restart playback button visible when viewing recorded games no longer disables itself after single usage. Okay. We're just gonna skim through this until we find something interesting. Filtered out tech tree preview for Gaia player? Did not even know that was a thing. Tech tree preview no longer rolls out when technology tree gets closed. Step lancers are now shown as available in the tech tree preview when they are available in game with full tech tree enabled. This is so weird. Resign notification no longer missing in recorded games. That's good. Map pool selection screen now saves checkboxes correctly. That's good. Added outlined in lobby chats text to make it more readable. Okay, we'll see how that pans out. Parts of the category tiles in the tech tree preview for Malians are no longer cut off when language is set to Korean. Well, that's very applicable. That is very applicable. Chat filter is no longer displayed as everyone when closing and reopening the chat window while set to enemy or custom, or when there are 4 players with no team. Might be more useful in Diplo games. Okay, so we got through all that stuff. Okay, hotkeys. Resetting hotkeys to the default HD hotkeys will now function as expected. Merged hotkeys for select all dungeons and select all crepos into one. That's good. That's good, unless you're playing a custom scenario where you can make dungeons and crepos. Did you ever think of that? I've never been in that situation, but it is a civilization. Or not civilization, situation. They're 2 different civilizations. Yeah, it's a very specific problem. Multiplayer. Join or spectate via URL is now working. It was always working? I've been doing that for years. Swapping from a co-op campaign lobby to another multiplayer match no longer fills slots with AI. That's good. Number 0 no longer outputs last when input before another number in multiplayer chat. The number 0 no longer... Okay. Default player value is set to either player or AI so that players are not kicked if the scenario creator chooses to not modify any values. Good. Good. That's perfect. So I've run into this problem where I have players in the room and I load up a scenario and it kicks them because things are defaulted to AI. So MVP badges cannot be awarded to 2 players from the same team anymore. I mean, that should have never been a thing, but whatever. Players are not muted by default in multiplayer games anymore unless these specific players were chat muted by the player. Muted by default. I'd never noticed that. Recent play players are now displayed in chronological order of playtime. Okay, that's probably good. That's actually really good. Gameplay. This is what we were waiting for. This is what we were waiting for. Using the attack move command no longer instantly speeds up specific units to catch up with the rest of the formation. Good. Perfect. Attack move. It wasn't completely broken, but it gave an advantage that it shouldn't have. You had to get the timing down, but the timing was not difficult to really get down for that command. So that's great. The attack move is still around, I guess. They didn't get rid of it completely, and they've just gotten rid of the formation stuff that went along with it. Attack move command now has an extremely short delay before units move into the target location, start attacking for the first time. So they basically made it like patrol, I guess. Monks with relics no longer accept a drop-off order at an unrelated building, which caused them to stop. A movement command is now issued instead. Perfect. That's great. That's fantastic. Melee units tasked to attack units using attack move micro no longer occasionally turn idle. Fantastic. Reworked how siege towers unload units to be more consistent. That's great. Siege towers and transport ships have been... Ugh. Villagers now start receding depleted farms after being ungarrisoned onto them from the town center. Okay, that's good. Could be annoying. if you're panicking, you want to get like a castle down right next to your TC. You ungarrison the TC onto the farm that you previously deleted in order to place the castle, and then they start receding it. When being tasked to attack a gate, trebuchets in formation will now pick the closest part of the gate as the target. Good. Now, can we get the gate hitbox fixed so that the side gates Do not have a bigger hitbox than the main gate, please. Thank you. That would be great. Thank you. Fixes. Players no longer able to see chopped trees and resource depletion graphics throughout the fog of war. This is the biggest fix I've seen in a long time. I hesitate to call it a fix. It's going to take some getting used to. The boomer in me does not like this. I don't like this at all. But it's here, so I'm going to have to get used to it. And at the end of the day, initially when I saw this change earlier today, or I saw people talking about it rather, I thought it would nerf people who are more experienced and have a bit more map sense, because you explore areas for the very purpose of looking to see if trees are chopped or resources are taken, right? But upon further thinking, I think it might actually make people with better game sense stronger, because they're going to check those areas anyway, even without seeing chopped trees or mined gold or mined stone or taken berries or whatever like that. So I'm just going to have to get used to it, I guess. I don't like it, but I'm just going to have to get used to it. Players can no longer see unbuilt foundations of enemy players if treaty is active. Okay, that's good. Villagers who were tasked to gather before being attacked by a boar will no longer attempt to fight back instead of moving to their target location. Big change. Big change, bro. Oh my god, this is going to help so many people. There's going to... Oh, I love this and I hate this at the same time. I love it because... it's annoying. Honestly, it's annoying. It nukes new players that just send their villager back to the TC to drop off the food, and then it turns around to attack the boar. I love that. I love that so much. I hate it because as a caster, I love to see people lose villagers to wildlife. So it's a love-hate relationship, you know? I love to see people's misery. And we'll see if it actually works. Lowy Low Nobody's saying fix didn't work. Yeah, this seems like a difficult one. We'll see if it actually works. Fixed an issue where AI player gates can constantly open and close in campaign scenarios. Yeah, that's... okay, I haven't noticed that, but that would be an issue. Line of sight distance check is now ignored for fishing ships when looking for the next closest fish resource node. Oh my god, thank god. Oh my god, thank god. Oh god, thank god. Let's see if it actually works though. I don't think this will apply to things in the fog of war, but if you've already scouted the fish, hopefully they will go to that. Hopefully they will go to that, because I know fishing ships have been buggy with going to extra fish for a very long time. It is no longer possible to see resources life bar through the fog of war when using the Marco cheat. Any Marco Poloers in chat? Any Marco Poloers? I feel like there's a lot here. I feel like there's a lot of you. And on YouTube. Yeah, on YouTube especially. I know you only Polo. You know Marco? Okay. Human town centers can now be repaired in the feudal age even if the player has more than 2. Human town centers can now be repaired in the feudal age even if the player has more than 2. Very specific instance. Maybe they're playing too much Metropolis. I don't know. The Winged Hussar upgrade is now available and auto-research to Poles and Lithuanians in full tech tree games. Okay, that's good. Surprised they didn't get it before. That's a weird bug. Campaigns. Okay. Campaign missions. Pause to read. Pause. 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 Okay, Civ balance. Civ balance. General, town centers can now be repaired even if the player owns exactly 0 stone. I like this because it wasn't inherently known that you needed stone to repair the TC. I also dislike it because you don't get punished for selling your stone or for going for 2 extra TCs right away. Which was historically something if people were greedy, especially in pro games, and they sold their stone, or if they built extra TCs, they could get punished by mangonel push, and they can't repair right away. They have to gather stone. Now, fair enough, you just have to gather one stone, but when there's 3 mangonels attacking your TC, and you try and repair it, and you need to go gather stone, you just don't have the time a lot of the time. So it's a fringe case for sure, but you could get punished for it. At the end of the day, it's not going to make that much of a difference. And it's just more intuitive, I suppose, to only have wood to repair. Siege units and ships now resistant to armor, ignoring attacks similarly to buildings. Okay, that's probably good. Yeah. Berbers, elite genitor food costs decrease from 50 to 4. Oh, okay. Okay. Maybe more viable. We might see more genitor spam for Berbers. I don't think it's still better than a lot of the other units you can make, but it's an option now, maybe. Bohemians. Monasteries are no longer affected by the wood discount bonus. Good. They've been watching. Dude, they were watching Wandering Warriors Cup. Good. They still have... Dude, they still have discounts. It's fine. Huvnitsa attack damage and attack bonus values decrease from 55 to 50. That's... I don't know about the attack damage. I definitely like this. They should just have reduced the blast radius down to even maybe below 0.8, I think. The blast radius was the real issue, not so much the attack thing, but whatever. We'll see how it works out. Burmese, new civilization bonus. Battle elephants have +1 melee and +1 pierce armor. Okay. How to effect reduced from +1/+2 armor to +1/+1 armor. So they basically have +1 melee. Is what is at the end of the day after Howda. But they do have a little bit more armor before you get Howda, and Howda is requires the castle. So the elephant spam with Burmese maybe going to be a little bit more valuable than it was before. Manipur Cavalry costs changed from 650 food, 400 gold, to 400 food, 400 gold. Okay. I mean, it's still not the greatest tech in the world, but it's more accessible now. Elite Arambai train time changed from 21 seconds to 18. Yo, control. I'm just gonna control a player is 5-0 with Burmese. Bro, Burmese getting buffed. I'm gonna be unstoppable with Burmese. These things will train really. 18 seconds is really quick. That's really fast. Cumans. Cuman Mercenaries now enables training of 5 free Kipchaks per castle owned, including castles built at a later time. So, unlimited Kipchaks? Potentially? Unlimited? Can we get 200 immediately? Mercenary Kipchaks no longer require the Imperial Age to become available for Cuman players' allies. I mean... seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. Just wait for the Slav combo. No, you gotta go Franks on one side, Slavs on the other side, and Cuman boom in the middle. Boom up to Cuman Mercenaries. And the other two are castle forwarding. Boom. Mercenary Kipchak train time changed from 20 seconds to 12 seconds. Wow! They really buffed this tech. Okay. Team player, but they're still Kipchaks. They still suck. We'll see. Ethiopians no longer receive bonus resources at the game's start in games with feudal or later starting age. Okay. Okay. Interesting. They don't get Bracer? Well, there's some civs that will get Bracer with Kipchaks. Right? There's some civs that will get it. A lot of civs, actually, that will get the full tech tree for it. Hindustanis. Imperial Camel Rider upgrade costs decrease from 1,200 food to 600 gold to 1,000 food, 500 gold. Imperial Camel Rider attack damage decreased from 9 to 8. 9 to 8. Huh. See how that pans out. Now they attack faster. Attack speed is buffed. Okay, it's not reflected here, but I guess that's 20 plus 25% attack speed. Okay. Team bonus replaced with Spearmen and Skirmishers plus 2 line of sight. It's better than the farms. I always viewed the farms as like a negative eco bonus. Because like I'm okay, so the way I place farms when I get Horse Collar is I get Horse Collar and I know that as long as there's one villager seeding a farm and I seed it after I click Horse Collar, it will complete after the Horse Collar upgrade. And I will get the extra food on it. I know it sounds stupid, but with Incas, I would miss out on that extra food a bazillion times. A very specific instance in the game, but a very important time in the game. Khmer, Ballista Elephant attack increased from 8 to 10 for the base version and 9 to 11 for the elite version. Ooh, that's... We'll see how that plays out. That's really strong. That's really strong. One of the strongest civs in late Imperial, and they just made it a little bit stronger. Elite War Wagon and War Wagon base wood crossing costs increased from 115 to 125. Okay, so it's a little bit less viable now, but at the end of the day, what's the percentage change on that? What's the percentage change on that? It's like 7% change or something? I don't know. 9%? And they get... Is this before their discount? 100 after the discount, says Trirem. Thank you, Trirem. It's so weird how they reflect it here, but it doesn't take into account their civ discount. So it goes from 93 wood to 100. So, okay, so you know what though? It's something, and when you're going for a build like that, wood is always an issue. So, makes it a little bit harder. Latest now deal the correct amount of damage to dark and feudal age houses. Interesting. You're really stomping though if you're doing latest against dark age houses. Mayans, fish and fish traps are now properly affected by the Mayan civilization bonus of longer lasting resources. Hey! That's been a long time coming. That's good. I always thought the fish were. I thought shorefish were. I didn't think deep fish were, but I'm pretty sure shorefish were they not? Huh. Wonder. Okay, Portuguese. Victoria wood and gold resource generation rates adjusted from 1 wood and 0.7 gold per second to 0.7 wood and 1 gold per second. Food and gold and stone generation rates remain unchanged. We'll see how that plays out. I like this because usually when you're going Feitoria and you're going for like the 4 or 5 Feitorias, it's not gold you're struggling for. Gold is fine. You're usually in a situation where you're like on team islands or something and you want wood. So I don't mind this. We'll see how it plays out. Saracens. Mamluk no longer has the archer armor class, which resulted in receiving bonus damage from units like Skirmisher. Good. Zealotry is now available for research in the Castle Age. Madrasha has been removed. That was one of the most useless unique techs ever. New Imperial Age technology counterweights, trebuchets and mangonel line plus 15% attack, cost 650 wood, 500 gold. Good. These are all good. Like I said before, I don't know how much of an effect this will have. We'll have to see it work its way out in probably like Black Forest and stuff is where you're really going to see it. But this is good. Zealotry and Castle Age, and then Mamluk's no longer taking that. We might see more Mamluk spam. Mamluks are OP now. Don't get ahead of yourself. Still get countered by archers. Reeds is being quite weak, but Saracen Trebs two-shot other Trebs. They have to hit first. Sicilians, Donjon Sergeant train time now changed from 20 seconds to 16 seconds in Feudal Age and Castle Age, matching the train time of sergeants trained in castles. That's good. Gives them another option. Halbert cost change. That's perfect. Good. That tech is so strong. So strong, man. And it's gone up 700 food, 600 gold. That's probably decent, honestly. This is a good change for Sicilians, both of these things. Orthodoxy replaced with detenants, replaces 40% of castles and towers. Stone costs with wood, costs 400 wood, 200 gold. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting for sure. Can someone give me a cost breakdown? I know we saw it the other day, but of exactly how that's reflected. Someone do the math for the castles. How much wood and how much stone you're going to need. 390 stone, 260 wood. Okay. But you need the initial castle up first, so that's an initial 650 stone. And then you need 400 wood and 200 gold. I think it just made them stronger on Arena, for sure, where they were already strong. Flaming Camels now deal 25 bonus damage against siege units. Bonus damage against buildings increased from 100 to 200. That's probably good, honestly. Probably good. Vietnamese. Paper money effect replaced by lumberjacks slowly generate gold in addition to wood. Paper money costs increased from 500 food, 300 wood to 600 wood, 350 gold. So I tested this out. 58 villagers, I think, and it took me a minute and a half to get 100 gold. So, I mean, it's gonna pay off eventually, but you need a lot of wood, and you need a lot of villagers on wood. But still, I mean, it's like passive income, kind of, right? It's not terrible on certain maps. It's like Burgundian Vineyards. Yeah, basically. Units and buildings. Camel Rider line of sight increased from 4 to 5. Heavy Scorpion Pierce Armor increased from 7 to 8. Makes them a little bit more viable. Oh, think about Smosh. Guys, think about Smosh. Oh my god. Scorpions were already tough to stop in the first place. Oh god. Oh, I'm gonna get spawn camped in my own base. Oh my goodness. No. Think about Smosh. Only heavy scorpion though? I know, there's only heavy scorpions in Smosh. Serves you right. Feudal Age Watchtower and Donjon hit points increased from 700 to 850 and 1000 to 1250 respectively. Good. I've been asking for this change for a long time. For a very long time. The Tower Rush was historically a counter to full walling at a higher level, at a lower level too. And now when you, or the past couple years, when you go forward to Tower Rush, people can simply defend by sending villagers out to batter them down. Now it's only 150 extra HP, but it is something. It is something for sure. And this also strengthens your defensive towers as well, right? So, but the thing about, you might think it balances each other out between offense and defense if it strengthens both towers. But the guy who's going for towers offensively is likely already on stone, and you likely, as a defensive player, only have enough stone for one tower. So this kind of buffs the Trush a little bit, the Tower Rush, and in a Wally kind of meta, that's a good thing. Honestly, that's a good thing. Elite Elephant Archer upgrade time increased from 60 to 80 seconds. They're really nerfing the hell out of this. Elephant Archers now trainable in Archer range, can no longer be trained in the castle. We saw that. That's a nerf. That's a buff. Elephant Archer train time increased from 25 seconds to 34 seconds. That's a huge nerf. Elephant Archer hit points decreased from 280 to 230. Elite version hit points decreased from 330 to 280. That's a nerf. Elephant Archer Pierce Armor decreased from 3 to 2. That's a nerf. Elephant Archer Cavalry Archer Armor decreased from -2 to -7, resulting in additional damage received by units with an attack bonus versus the Cavalry Archer Armor class. That's a nerf. Elephant Archer attack bonus versus buildings and stone walls removed. That's a nerf. Elephant Archer accuracy reduced from 100 to 70. Elite version accuracy reduced from 100 to 85. That's a nerf. Elephant Archer cost decreased from 100 food, 70 gold to 90 food, 70 gold. That's a slight buff. Elephant Archer movement speed increased from 8.8 to 0.9. That's a buff. Okay. They did it. Oh my god. They did him dirty. Skirmishers now deal 0 bonus damage versus the Cavalry Archer armor class, resulting in additional damage when attacking units with negative values of Cavalry Archer arm. Who has negative values of Cavalry Archer armor? Exactly, Dirty Squirrel. What? Elephant Archers, they have negative values? Oh, yeah, I just read that. True. True, I'm an idiot. I got confused. I'm sorry. You guys are way smarter than me. You're more handsome than me. You're more successful than me. I understand. Just give me a break, all right? I like this little image here. This is pretty cool. Chicken memory? Yeah, I have the memory of a goldfish. I'm a caster. Map balance. Increase the probability of generating forests closer to player's town center on Arabia. Okay, so they're changing. They're changing from King of the Desert, Arabia. Good. The meta was getting so stale. It was all men-at-arms, archers, or 2 militia, drush, archer. Increase the probability of generating larger forests. So they're making the maps a little bit more campy. But remember. Watchtower and Donjon. Watchtower and Donjon HP increase. So if you camp with large walls, bigger opportunity to get punished. Decrease the probability of pawns generating in the forest surrounding players' town centers. Decrease the probability of large amounts of elevation generating around the town centers. Extra herdable animals now generate further apart, making them easier to find. The map now generate further apart, making them easier to find. Generate further apart, making them easier to find. So I guess they're no longer going to have all 4 of your bonus sheep in the same place. So if you can't find that, you're screwed. But it's going to be harder to find the extra 2. The map now scales more appropriately on unconventional setups. Okay. Example, 6 players on a tiny map. Who would ever play that? Introduce a varying number of cliffs on the map. Okay. Mitchie. Okay, whatever. Runestones. Fix the bug that caused huntable animals. Do not always generate in the correct amount. Team Islands. Berries are no longer missing for player 1. What? Wait. What? What? I've never noticed that. Huh? Maybe that's why they didn't have it in the map pack. Mega Random. Mega Random no longer rarely starts out with a building for certain players, which others don't have. That's good. Amazon Tunnel now generates more consistently when players with when played with an uneven number of players. Okay. AI. AI players now properly respect Taunt 104. I don't even know what that is. AI players will have a stronger reaction to being walled in by palisade walls. All you cheesers out there. All you cheesers out there. It's don't resign, apparently, is 104. Okay. All you cheesers just got cheesed. All right? We are strictly non-dairy here, okay? I haven't done that. Don't lie. Don't lie, Bluegill. Units used for scouting may attempt to pick off enemy villagers and monks more frequently. On extreme on extreme difficulty. Okay. Imagine they put that on like easy. My vills. I only had 5 of them. All right. These are all good, I'm sure. Pathfinding. Fix an issue where under certain circumstances, units would first move towards the opposite direction as commanded before then moving to the intended target direction or destination. Okay, you know what, though? This has been an issue since the game was released in 2001, okay? I seriously doubt they fix this. Like, if you're building a diagonal gate, the villager will always, like, go the opposite direction, then come back. I don't think they fixed that. I think they wrote it down, but I don't think they fixed it. All right, scripting, lots of scripting stuff. That's always good. Modding, lots of modding stuff. That's great. Great, that's fantastic. You're doing wonderful. Scenario editor, added new units and buildings, added 8 new Indian hero units, added new palm grass forest terrain. Okay, I'm actually interested in this stuff. Scenarios with Regicide, King of the Hill, and Sudden Death Victory modes are now working in multiplayer. Hey, it's good. Fixed an issue where the text overridden name string was not being used. Okay, whatever. I'll have to ask Myth if they settled some of his issues, because he had a lot of them for the scenario editor, and I don't remember exactly what they were, but the map making community will be happy by some of this for sure. Ongoing investigation. Performance issues, of course. Queue dodging, cooldowns, and cheating, of course. Problems with multiplayer servers, of course. Crashes and freezes, of course. This is a big update. This is a massive update. This is just like the November update. It's been a few months since then. And we actually have the roadmap. Maybe. Before the end of 2021, we mentioned sharing some details of content and features still to come, but we got so excited about the content that we dove headfirst into our work. Don't worry, though. We haven't forgotten about all you loyal players. We hope you'll be as excited about the plans we have for the game as we are. Make sure to stay tuned. Our roadmap is coming very soon to our social channels. Very soon. Oh no. Oh no. You know what though? Obviously we will always have complaints about the game if we play it too often, right? People love to complain. I love to complain. I'm a streamer. I'm a professional complainer. All right? I like to cry. I like to whine. And I'm an old man too. So I'm a professional boom planer. Okay? But the last two updates, the November stuff and this one, the last two big patches have been great. And they've been listening to us, and kudos to the team for the updates here. It's, you know what? Age of Empires 2 is just getting better and better and better. And I hope for more in the future, honestly. Hope for more in the future. I hope that roadmap is coming up. Looks like they're listening to us in most areas. And I'm really happy with the changes they've made. So I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to cast some games today. Thank you, everyone, for watching on YouTube. Thank you for being here in the live stream. And good luck on the patch.